Thank you to Dr. Strangelove61 for their generous donation as a YouTube member. If you would like to join them in their generosity, the link to become a YouTube member is in the description, or you can click the join button down below.
Alright, I'll be in the back for a little while. Shouldn't take me more than a couple hours.
If you need to, I'll be at the bar. Dude, I can't imagine sitting on a bar stool for hours. You have such comfy chairs all around you.
Darius is probably already there, so I guess he can keep you company.
He'll probably pester me about wanting to show with him.
If it's with Bandit, go watch if you want. It's not that different from the shows you've watched on stage already.
After the whole little talk we had in the shower about you feeling bad for getting a boner from Dozer helping you.
You getting hard watching a show that is meant to arouse you is way different than getting hard from a friend helping you with an injury. I told you, they're vastly different circumstances. Besides, I'm sure you've gotten at least a little hard watching some of the other shows already, haven't you?
Maybe a little.
It's just another show to watch then. As long as he isn't rubbing all over you and trying to grab your junk, then I've got no problem with you watching.
What if I want to rub and touch?
I'm the only person you're allowed to rub and touch.
The sly grin, he guided your hand to his crotch and pushed you into a wall.
Now, you be a good boy while I'm getting my work done.
You couldn't help but dig your fingers into the tough fabric of his jeans as he leaned in for a quick kiss before leaving you. Let's see. Yep, there's Darius. And I'm not surprised to see him with Bam's junk in his hand. What the hell? You crept up behind Darius and gave his swaying tail a tug, making him inadvertently tighten his hold on Bam. Too hard! He sighed and relaxed after Darius pulled his hand away and glanced over at you as you sat down.
If only you knew what you just did.
Looks like you two were having a good time.
I'll have to do something to keep myself entertained while waiting for Bandit.
As you can see, the bar's pretty empty tonight. I need some entertainment too. How's Thunder doing? I saw him limp off towards the back.
A lot better. He's just here to do some desk work for a couple hours.
Hopefully he'll be back in full swing next week. I've missed giving him a hard time.
I'm sure he'll be back soon enough. I'll make sure to give him a hard time. I'll make sure to give him a hard time in your stead.
Yeah, I bet you'll give him a hard time.
Speaking of him having a hard time, did he tell you about what happened on the courts?
Yeah.
You saw?
Sure did. Not the first time for me, but I'll never get tired of it.
What happened? What'd I miss?
That's none of your business.
What? Darius?
Sorry, but that's not my place to share. Thunder can tell you if he wants, but he won't get it from me.
What if I do nude bartending?
You can do that anyway, but I'm still not telling you.
And I thought we had something.
Darius reached out and tickled his fingers against the dog's shiny green package, but Dozer stepped just out of reach, and Darius just snorted.
I'll just get Thunder to tell me later then.
I'm sure that'll work. Oh God, Bandit. I don't know why, I just forgot.
Hey Adam, how's it going?
Hey Bandit, things are going alright.
Good. I just caught Thunder heading to the office, and I'm glad to see he's doing better already. These two are behaving, I suppose.
Darius is, definitely.
Is that right?
For a change, it is.
You might get an extra treat the next time I give you a private show then.
I was thinking about getting one tonight even.
Oh, I'll have to let Charlie know then. You just keep up the good behavior.
As Bandit walked past Darius, he dragged his fingers along the underside of Darius's chin, making the lion flick his tail at the otter when he passed by.
That man is fine.
You two are so smitten with each other, it's sickening.
Right? Even me and Spencer don't act like that in public, and we're an actual couple.
Whatever you say, dicks. I was gonna take you to watch Bandit with me, but I don't know if I will now.
Oh shit, I double-clicked. I can just get Spencer to give me a private one when we get home. And we're allowed to have sex after he's stripped.
But big! Damn, you're lucky. I bet that dog knows just what he's doing in bed.
I bet he has no idea what he's doing. Too bad you'll never find out. Don't count me out of that one just yet. I'll keep biding my time. Uh-huh. You do that. That's a dick thing to say, Darius. What a fucking dick thing to say. With a lack of patrons around the bar, Bam hung around with you and Darius for a bit, making small talk while trying to convince you to join Darius and rubbing his junk. The while passed, and you had to make a quick trip to the restroom. Upon returning, someone caught you on the way back to the bar. Oh shit. We got another human. This is the first other human we've seen in this entire game. Holy hell.
Ah, it's you. You're Spencer's friend, aren't you?
Do I know you? He does look familiar.
Ah, you must certainly do.
Without hesitation, he grabbed your hand, wrapped his other arm around your waist, and dipped you back expertly. His eyes locked with yours, and he grinned.
You've already grown so rusty in such a short amount of time.
Tragedy. What the fuck? Wait a minute.
You recognize me now? Monsieur Esperanza.
The man released you, barely giving you enough yourself time to keep yourself from falling to the floor.
Yeah, there you are.
Wait. Oh, is Madame Esperanza, like, trans? That would be interesting. We didn't see Madame Esperanza before. I don't know. You were pushed away, and he rushed over to Spencer, taking the husky's hands in his. Monsieur Esperanza?
What's this? Why are you on a crutch? Is this why you were not in class this week? I'm sorry, I meant to let you know, but I've had so much going on, I forgot.
I don't fucking know French!
Tell me what happened.
Spencer was forced to sit at the closest table, a table with only 2 chairs. You stood behind Spencer with your hands on his shoulders. He recounted the events of the weekend and some of what happened in the following days, making Esperanza gasp dramatically here and there with his hand against his chest. I don't know French.
Please take your time recovering. It's a shame to not see you in class, but it cannot be helped. You will be working double when you return. I would expect no less, monsieur.
Ah, here you are, Adam. Oh, Spencer's here too now. Darius leaned in Spencer's shoulder with his tail whipping out of curiosity behind him. And who's this guy? Esperanza tipped his head up and wrinkled his nose, giving Darius a disapproving glare.
Spencer, you're building quite the harem, I see. Not quite. Darius, this is Monsieur Esperanza. He teaches a dance class at the college every other Sunday. As for Darius here, he's just another member of the tennis team.
Just another member of the team, huh? That's all I am to you? Spencer, you wound me deeply. As he said that, he gave Spencer a kiss on the... I'm gonna fucking... The fuck? Darius? Why do you suck in every route other than your own? And even then, you suck terribly in that one until, like, the very later parts. Esperanza's eyes twitched and he inhaled loudly through his nose.
He's also a friend, one which I will have no qualms about beating with my crutch. Why do you go find Bandit and bother him?
He just went to secure a room for a private show. I was looking for Adam to invite him along. How about it? You could feel a pair of eyes burning into your flesh. A wrong answer could lead to your demise, and you were quick to respond. No, I'm gonna stick with Esperanza and Spencer. Really? It's all my treat.
He said no, kitty cat. Why don't you run along now?
Darius' tail lashed out, and once again you were bumped out of the way so he could hang his arms over Spencer's shoulders, press his cheek to the dog's head. I'm gonna fucking deck him. Fuck off, Darius. Fuck off. This is not okay. Already, this would have crossed the line for me into physical violence in real life. I'll go when I'm ready. Esperanza's eyes narrowed and he pulled Spencer's paws across the table to clasp. I don't know French.
Is this miscreant really a friend of yours? Surely not. I wonder about that sometimes myself.
We were more than just friends at one point.
Darius.
I'm going. It was a pleasure meeting you, Monsieur Esperanza. Perhaps we'll meet again.
If I am so unlucky.
Next time, Adam. Darius walked past you and let his tail drag along your stomach as he did.
What an unsavory person. He's a good guy deep down, but his behavior can be questionable at times.
Clearly.
So, I haven't asked yet, but what brought you here tonight? It's unlike you to come on a Wednesday.
I was only worried about you. It's not like you not to show up for class and nobody there had seen you. This was the only other idea I had to settle my poor worried heart.
Well, I'm happy to know that you were concerned for me. I'm truly sorry I didn't let you know already.
And I am happy to see that you are well. Mostly so, at least.
I am, thanks to someone trying to keep me under control.
I do what I can. You could have still come to class without Spencer. I would have been a suitable replacement for him. He was looking at you when he spoke. I forgot all about the class, too. You will also work double when you return. I hope you're ready for that, Spence. You will be fine. You should worry about yourself.
He's right. It'll be nothing new for me.
You will get a throw less from me. Less? Lesson? I don't know. Wonderful. It's quite unfortunate that I am here and you won't be on stage. You have such a talent for dancing, and watching you always makes my heart race.
There are some guys here that are better at it than I am. You can still watch them.
No! No! They do not share the same passion as you. What? Oh, I don't fucking care. Fucking Facebook notifications. Dancing is part of who you are, but not the others. It is merely movements. It means nothing for them. They do it to please the crowd. You do it to please yourself. The rest are but amateurs compared to you.
You are far too lavish in your praise, Monsieur.
Nonsense! Talent deserves to be recognized.
Oh, thank you.
Are you just going to stand there? Should I leave? Pull up a chair, you silly man. Sit and talk with us. It's weird that you're just standing around.
I finished early, so we have a little bit longer, Adam. We can talk with him since he is so thoughtful to come check on me.
Oh, right. You grabbed a chair from a nearby empty table and sat with the other two.
You've been staring quite intently at me this whole time.
I'm sorry, I'm just surprised is all. Esperanza leaned back in his chair with a chuckle. I look a lot like my sister, don't I? Sister? Madame Esperanza is your sister, then? That's not what I was thinking.
Yes, she is quite lovely, isn't she?
Sure, whatever. It's a compliment. Very much so. She's quite stunning. The correct answer. I don't know French. You are absolutely correct. Tell me, what do you find to be the most stunning about her? Monsieur, let me have my fun. I don't know French.
Not at the expense of my boyfriend's sanity, please.
Oh, so he's your beau. Ah. You would have been quite the prize, though. You're sweet, I don't know French. I suppose we can come clean then. Why don't you tell him? Tell me what?
Monsieur and Madame are the same person, not siblings.
So, he's a cross-dresser? You could say that, but I do not prefer labels. I dress however I want, to be whoever I want, whenever I want. It just depends on my mood at the time. Oh, gender fluid.
The first time we met at school was how you met him, Adam.
And you should have seen the realization on his face the first time I showed up here like this.
I was surprised, no doubt. The only reason I recognized him was because of the distinct perfume he wears. That, and it's hard to mistake those gorgeous eyes of yours, Monsieur.
I don't know French. I can't do a French accent either, as y'all are fucking realizing. Even when he found out who I was, he was a true gentleman and treated me with the utmost respect. It's not often that people treat me as such when they find out, so I tend to keep it to myself. What made you feel that you could tell me? If you are good enough for Spencer, then I suppose that would mean that you aren't a terrible person. Although I find that lion to be questionable. We all do, so you're not alone. So, should I refer to you as a man or a woman? Whatever you wish, either is fine with me. I appreciate you asking nonetheless. I am not bound by such trifling things. But that's enough about me for now. I want to hear more about how you two came to be. How did you manage to win over such a treasure of a man? Well, you see, darling, you are the treasure of which I speak. I am asking Adam. Let me hear how your love came to be. I must know how you charmed him. It's not gonna work twice, so you don't get your hopes up, Monsieur. Break my heart before I can even hear this story. For the next little bit, you and Spencer talked about your lives growing up and how you slowly fell for each other. Aggravation was expressed with how Darius went about pushing you two together, but more was expressed for just how long it took for you two to get together.
We've only been dating for a few weeks now, despite knowing each other for years and years. I couldn't be happier either. Adam means the world to me.
He grabbed your hand and squeezed it tightly as he leaned over to nuzzle your head.
My heart cannot handle how sweet you are. Adam, you are a lucky man.
I really am.
Now I have kept you long enough. You should go home and rest. I expect to see you in the next class.
Sorry. You know, I just realized something. I just realized that this is totally just me shitting on fucking Vic accidentally in Tennis Ace. He is French, but he is not said to have a French accent, but I gave him the most ridiculous fucking accent. It's probably linked in the fucking cards, Tennis Ace, like, if you haven't seen that series. I just, not even trying to be French, just absolute ridiculous accent. But here I actually am giving my shit attempt at an accent.
I'll be there next time.
I also expect to see you on this stage next week.
I'm sure I'll be able to handle it by then.
As long as he sticks to his routines and recovers, he'll be up there.
I shall entrust his well-being to you then. You will be the one to answer if he is not kept under control and is not well enough to perform.
Why me?
Don't worry, Monsieur, I'm in good hands. I don't know French. I'll be counting on you then, Adam. You must take extra good care of my poor little I don't know French.
I'll do my best. He can be stubborn sometimes.
You, Spencer!
Yes?
Yes?
Sorry.
Do as you are told. No excuses. Else I shall come and tend to you and I will not be as soft as your boys. Have I made myself clear? Oui, Monsieur. Crystal clear. Excellent. It is time to take my leave.
Planted a God damn it! Stop kissing my boyfriend. Spencer's cheek and then one on yours. Oh no, yeah, he's European. That's basically a handshake to them. Before walking out without another word. I'd be willing to say he is the most interesting person I've ever met.
Isn't he? He's such fun though. Time for us to go have some fun on our own now.
Oh boy, let's get going then. A lot of skipping about to happen, I imagine.
We have a mostly clear sky and clear night tonight, so we have plenty of stars to look at.
I really thought you had something else in mind when you said we were gonna have some fun.
That's for after stargazing.
Yeah, just make every day last forever. You know, that doesn't make me resent this game at all.
Go get a blanket from the closet. I'm gonna go get changed and we'll go relax outside.
Okay. There's no grass outside of his balcony. What the hell? Unless you, like, chop down a bush. But don't chop down the bushes, man. You retrieved a blanket and spread it over the ground right outside the apartment. You helped Spencer climb over the patio wall. And you just go around. You don't need to do all that. And you laid on your backs beside each other.
The weather is warm tonight.
It's perfect for this.
Mm-hmm. Sure is. Remember the first time we ever did something like this?
Stargazing?
Yeah.
Wasn't it in the field next to your house?
Hey, you do remember.
I don't remember much beyond that.
I guess there's nothing wrong with that. You were feeling homesick and wanted to call your parents to come get you from my house.
Oh, that's right. You wanted me to feel better, so you took me out to the field. You told me to not look up at the sky while you led me to your favorite spot.
Yep. The moon was full and the sky was the clearest I could ever remember seeing. I wanted it to be a surprise, and every time I saw you starting to look up,
You'd scold me and push my head down. It wasn't helping me feel better at all.
But when I did tell you to look up, your eyes were so wide, and I could see the moon reflecting in them.
That's right. That night was a supermoon, wasn't it?
It was huge. I think it was. The grass around us was taller than we were when we sat down. It was almost like we were in another world.
Yeah. You started telling me about all the different constellations you already knew. I was so impressed that it made me want to go learn about them too. I ended up feeling way better about being out there with you, even though we got in a ton of trouble when we got back.
We did, didn't we? I didn't tell anyone what we were doing, and they were about ready to call the police.
Get your butts to bed, your dad yelled. Thought he was going to beat us. I don't think I've ever seen him as angry as that time.
He was never really an angry person, but that night he was livid.
Still, that night was pretty magical. You know, I think it was after that night when I put glowing stars on my bedroom ceiling. It might sound kind of silly, but it was something that always reminded me of you when I went to bed at night. It really brought me some comfort on nights when I needed it. I always felt close to you.
That's pretty sappy.
Yeah.
But it's my kind of sappy. Besides, I guess it's not much different than me sleeping with your shirt, huh? I thought about you so often, but I never thought we'd end up here like this.
Crazy how that works, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He readjusted how he was lying, turning his body to place his head against your chest. Aw, look at them, cute boys.
There are even more stars out now than when we first got home.
Do you ever wonder if there's more out there?
You mean like aliens?
Yeah.
There has to be something else out there. It can't be the only thing in the whole entire depths of space. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. It's hard for me to imagine that there isn't anything else out there with how expansive space is. Like, does it ever end? Does space have a limit to how far it actually goes?
Supposedly, it's always expanding and goes on forever, but it's not something we're sure about. It's so weird to think about. There are stars out there that are literally thousands of times bigger than our own sun. And there are hundreds of billions of them out there. We're so infinitesimal in the scale of the universe. There's just gotta be something else out there.
It really is weird to think about. It makes my head hurt trying to put it into perspective.
Same here. Could you imagine living on a planet that is so big you'd never be able to fully circle it even once in your lifetime?
I can't begin to imagine something like that.
I don't know if planets like that exist, but there are stars that are that massive. Maybe one day we'll find out there's more life out there.
Maybe.
There's one thing about the universe that is definite, though.
What's that?
There's nobody else in it that I could ever love more than I love you.
And you said I was sappy. He gives you a gentle tug, and he laughed, swatting away your hand. I love you too, Spencer. And that love is as endless as the universe.
But what if the universe does have an end?
I'd still say that's a lot of love. For a little while longer, you pet Spencer and scratched through his fur while talking about all the different stars and constellations you could see. You mused more on the size of everything and the likeliness of intelligent life floating around somewhere out there, letting the conversation taper off into silence while you stared into the sky.
I'm about ready to head back inside.
Me too. We've been out here for a little while.
I'm ready to wind down for the night while you brush me.
Of course, that's what you have in mind.
You said I get brushed tonight, and it's getting late. Not to mention there are other things. Remember, anything I want?
Still don't know what you want.
You'll find out soon enough. Now, help me up. Let's get settled into bed.
It wasn't long until you and Spencer were stripped down to your underwear and were on the bed, with him stow-matched down and you had a brush in hand beside him. Sometimes I wish I was covered in fur just so I can experience this for myself.
You really are missing out. Getting brushed is the absolute best thing.
His ears splayed out when a brush ran over his head, and they perked back up as it moved down his neck and back to his butt. He repeated that motion with every stroke of the brush. At least I don't have to worry about shedding somewhere and melting in the summertime.
I think this outweighs those troubles.
Mm-hmm. When are we going to pick up your suit tomorrow?
We can go right after class. We'll get lunch in the city and then pick up the suit right after.
Suit shop's there?
Yeah, it's in some fancy shopping district. Price on the rental was crazy. My brother paid for it though, so I can't complain, I guess.
I'm going to be way underdressed compared to you, it sounds like.
Don't worry, you'll look great. To be fair, I'll be the best looking guy there.
Wow, fool yourself much?
It's my family, I know what to expect.
How lucky am I, then? I got the best the Calden family has to offer.
Yep.
His tail was curled up and wagging to reflect his relaxed and cheerful mood. You brushed and brushed and brushed, pausing periodically to pull clumps of fur from the brush before resuming.
Today's been such a good day. I'm glad I've had you to spend so much of it with.
It has been a good day. It's been nice having you around.
I've not annoyed you or anything, right? You're not tired of me?
Not at all, Spence. Why would you think that?
We've spent a lot of time together these last few days. It's not something you're used to. I just want to make sure you're not sick of me already.
I wish I got to spend this much time with you more often. You have no idea how much I've loved spending this time with you.
Me too.
Spencer readjusted himself, wrapping his arms around your waist with his head awkwardly against your stow-match after you spread your legs to make room for him. You put the brush aside and used your hands instead, pushing and dragging your fingers through his soft fur while you sat there. It was a tender moment, and you were at ease with him resting in your lap. The moment lasted until he turned his head with his snoot pointing down and his nose was unabashedly pressed against your crotch. Here we go. His tail went back to wagging around, and you heard him growl quietly as his hand slid down to push your legs apart more. What are you doing, you silly dog?
About the thing I want.
Uh-huh. Told you I'd do anything you wanted for me to do for you.
I want you to sit there and enjoy what I'm about to do.
This was supposed to be about me doing something for you.
And you will be by letting me do what I want.
He growled again and nosed at your junk, only the thin fabric of your underwear stood between him and your cork. You resigned yourself to letting him have his way and continued petting his head, focusing more on the areas around his ears. His nose pushed all... Okay. Quickly, okay. With your... Okay. Yeah, we're skipping. Alright, they finished. Synopsis. Found more kinks. They got off. There you go. They're done now. They're going to sleep. You pet his head and kept running your fingers through his hair, and you heard him snoring softly after a short period of silence. Another night of sleeping while sitting up, it looks like. He's gonna have to get up early to make sure he gets his fur clean before class. You chuckled and shook your head, continuing to pet rub and scratch over his head. Sweet dreams, Spence. I love you. You lost track of how long you sat there petting him before you couldn't stay awake any longer and fell asleep with your arms draped down over his chest. Thus ends Wednesday. Moving on to Thursday. Okay, that's obnoxious. You had to put the actual alarm sound in there. Jesus, you didn't do that on the beginning of Wednesday. Why would you do that this time? Jesus, that's fucking obnoxious. Okay, let's save and get this. Oh my god, that's... Jesus, fucking main menu, please, God. Fuck. Jesus Christ, that was obnoxious. And now the game's not responding. Lovely. Well, that's great. That's fucking awesome. Okay, there we go. Alright, so there we have it for this probably 2 episodes of extracurricular activities. Wednesday is done. Now moving on to Thursday, the day we know that we have to go to class and then go get the suit. And since we're probably going to the city, since we are going to the city, we're probably going to pop in to see Darius, and Darius is pissing me off, and Jesus. I guess that'll go ahead and cap off this session for extracurricular activities. If you would like to play this game for yourself, the link to it is in the description down below. It is in development and free, so be kind and donate if you would like. If you want to support me, also in the description are links to all my social media pages. If you want to follow me there, or if you want to support me further, there's links to crowdfunding websites like Patreon, Ko-fi, etc. I have officially closed, at least I believe I have officially closed my Zazzle store because I am not proud of that. So, yeah. Anyway, if you want to be notified when further episodes of this series come out, make sure you click the subscribe and bell buttons. About half of the people who watch stuff on my channel aren't subscribed, and this is the most popular series by far. So please make sure to actually subscribe. It'd be really nice to know how you're doing, how you actually enjoy this. And if you want to see other stuff that I have already done, like this, I've linked to some similar stuff up in the cards up above. Anyway, that all being said, thank y'all very much for watching this episode, and until next time, everyone, I've been the Trained Up Professional, and you are not. Bye, everyone! I need to move. My back is killing me. Ah!